When we started planning our trip through northern Spain, A Coruña was one of the places we were most excited about, and it more than delivered. A Coruña has beaches right in the middle of the city, one of the most incredible waterfront promenades we'd ever walked, ancient Roman history, amazing food, and streets that seem to come alive once the sun goes down. And the best part? You can experience a lot of it on foot. So after 6 days here, these are the 5 things we would recommend doing in A Coruña. Number 5. Walk the Paseo Maritimo. And while you're doing it, explore the Tower of Herculese Sculpture Park. You can easily spend a couple of days on this. The Paseo Maritimo stretches for more than 13 kilometers along the coast, connecting beaches, parks, attractions, and some pretty spectacular Atlantic Ocean views. And this wasn't just a sidewalk beside the road. It's a place where people walk, run, cycle, hang out, and enjoy the ocean. And eventually, the walk brings you to one of A Coruña's biggest attractions, the Tower of Hercules. The Tower of Hercules dates back almost 2,000 years to the Roman era, and it's the only Roman lighthouse in the world that's still standing and operating today. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2009. But here's the part we really enjoyed. Don't just visit the park and leave. Spend some time exploring the Tower of Hercules Sculpture Park surrounding it. It's basically an open-air museum spread across the coastline, with sculptures inspired by mythology, the sea, navigation, and the legends surrounding the tower. There are also walking trails along the cliffs, so the attraction isn't just about looking at an old lighthouse. It's about getting outside and exploring the whole area. That's a pretty great combination: history, art, and ocean views. Number 4. Go to one of the many beaches. One of the things we loved about A Coruña is that you don't have to leave the city to have a beach day. There are several beaches right along the waterfront, including Riazor, Orzan, and San Amaro. And they're not tiny little beaches either. They're big, beautiful stretches of soft sand with the Atlantic Ocean right in front of them. For us, this was a perfect family combination. We could spend the morning exploring the city, grab some food, and then go swimming. Now, coming from Newfoundland, we're not exactly afraid of cold water. But let's just say the Atlantic Ocean here still had a little bite to it. The beaches also give you a completely different perspective of A Coruña. You're surrounded by a city, but it still feels like you're having a proper beach vacation. And that's something we really loved. Number 3. Visit Maria Pita Square. Our third recommendation is one of those places you really can't miss. Maria Pita Square. This is the main square in the heart of A Coruña, and it's dominated by the city's impressive town hall. Maria Pita became famous for her role in defending A Coruña against an English attack in 1589. The story goes, after her husband was killed during the attack, Maria Pita took up his weapon and rallied the defenders. Whether every detail of the legend is exactly true or not, her story became an important part of the city's identity. There's a big statue of her in the square and references to her all around the city. The square itself isn't only a great place to just sit down and watch the city. It's a great place to eat, grab a drink, even kick a soccer ball. When we first arrived, there was a giant medieval amusement park running, which we mostly missed. And when we were on our last day, they were setting up for a big concert. There's always something happening at Maria Pita Square. And from here, you're perfectly positioned to start exploring the streets of the old town. Which brings us to number 2. Stroll Rua Franja and Rua Galera. If Maria Pita Square is the heart of the city, these streets are where A Coruña really starts to come alive. Rua Franja and Rua Galera are 2 streets you definitely want to wander through. They're lined with restaurants, tapas bars, cafes, and they're especially lively around mealtimes and late into the evening. And this is where we learn an important lesson about eating in Spain. Well, one we already knew. Don't rush. You might start with one place, then see something interesting somewhere else, and suddenly you've spent 3 hours walking, stopping, and eating. Honestly, that's kind of the point. Galicia is famous for its seafood and traditional dishes, so wandering these streets is a great way to experience the local food scene. And if you're traveling with kids, it's also nice because you're not committing to one giant formal dinner. You can stop for a small plate here, a snack there, keep exploring. And speaking of food, we found one place we definitely wanted to recommend. Number 1. Eat at Taberna de Galera. Then grab a cocktail at Cruel. Our number 1 recommendation isn't actually one thing, it's an evening. Start at Taberna de Galera, right on Rua Galera. I recommend making a reservation. This is a traditional style Galician restaurant, and it turned out to be one of our favorite meals in A Coruña. The restaurant is right in the middle of one of the city's busiest dining areas, so it's a great place to experience that whole Spanish tradition of eating, talking, and lingering over a meal. And with a family of 4, we love restaurants where we can order several things and everyone gets to try a little bit of everything. But don't call it a night after dinner, because just a short walk away on Rua Franja is Cruel Cocktail Bar. Now, obviously, this part of the evening was more for us, but the kids can enjoy it too. Cruel has a more modern cocktail bar feel, and it's a fun contrast to the traditional Galician food we had just finished eating. So our ideal A Coruña evening became dinner at Taberna de Galera, and then visit Cruel for a cocktail. Final thoughts. After 6 days in A Coruña, I think the biggest surprise for us was how easy this city was to enjoy. We didn't need a packed itinerary, we didn't need to drive all over the place. We could walk along the ocean, stop at a beach, explore almost 2,000-year-old lighthouse, wander through the old town, eat some incredible food, finish the night with a cocktail. And that's exactly the kind of place we love traveling to as a family. A Coruña gave us a little bit of everything. History, beaches, food, culture, and plenty of time to enjoy being together. So if you're planning a trip through Galicia, just don't make A Coruña a quick stop. Give it a few days. We gave it 6, and honestly, we were still sad to leave.